Well, here it is. 128 buckets worth of fissile fuel. Fissile fuel. I still don't know how you're supposed to say that. So, now let's discuss nuclear science. Now, the fission reactor, it covers these three quests here, and the industrial turbine, this one. Well, I add it all up, and for both of them, it'll mean a lot of, well, in terms of raw materials, 199 carbon, 942 iron, 569 osmium, 353 glass, 24 tin, 25 redstone, 604 lead, 4 diamonds, and 21 gold. Now that's strictly raw materials. I mean, I'm going to be making, actually no, I can do it from here. Fission reactor casings. That's, well, steel casings with lead in them. And the ports, they're just made out of casings. Reactor glass has, this is unusual, enriched iron in it. But you've heard that expression, it all adds up. Then there's the fission reactor logic adapter. That's for an emergency shutoff. Not sure whether I'll want that or just burn things really slow. Then fission fuel assemblies, control rod assemblies. They're just steel and lead, both of them. Finally, the industrial turbine. Well, you can see just how much that requires, but that's for the entire turbine. Well, suffice it to say, I'm definitely going to need my digital miner here. I'm also going to need my ultimate energy cube. What did I do with that thing? Ah, here it is. So, there is roughly 1,000 units of raw iron. But I'm going to need iron later, too. So, let's see. Actually, better if I did it this way. I can use, well, I'd rather not use sulfuric acid for iron. For an iron shard, it's like 2 2/3 ingots. So I may just go that route and stop after, I don't know, I think 300 and something is a little generous. Oh, and then there's the sulfur. I meant to take the, I mined all the sulfur I know that there is in this region in order to make sulfuric acid out of it. I don't think I can actually do anything until I stop being menaced by phantoms, though. Alright, let me get my... I don't have any spare pants on me right now. I need to go into storage and grab some. But I got plenty of them in storage. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I think what I can do with the sulfur ore, like right now, is put it in the induction smelter, which I already started doing. Then I'm going to run the digital miner. Now the digital miner doesn't exactly mine just the one chunk. I specify how far to go with it. So I'll just start up here. Yeah, that's like 1,200 of them. Now it's not exactly infinite, but it's a lot. And I'm going to put them through the... well, it costs a lot of energy to mine, to use Silk Touch with something. So I'm not going to do... I'm not going to use it unless what I'm looking for is particularly rare. Like diamonds, for example. I do use Silk Touch on diamonds. Or if there's that much difference using Silk Touch versus not using it, like in Redstone. You get 12 units out of one ore. Let me see, what is 64 times 2 2/3? Maybe I should do 63 times 2 2/3. It's easier to divide. 2/3 of 63 is 42. Oops. 42. And then plus 126. No, that's twice 63 is 160. 168. So each of these is 168 for all intents and purposes. I mean, yeah, I'm rounding a bit down. But yeah, 168, 168 times 2 is 300 and something. And that's 600 and something. And that's... I think by the time the next stack, it'll be... Yeah, by the time this stack finishes, by the time that gets to 64, we will have officially dug up enough iron. And while the iron's busy cooking, I'm going to dig up glass. There we go. Now I can't exactly dig up glass with... I'll just leave this in here. Now I can't exactly dig up glass with the digital miner. You need to find sand. Let me see, do I have a shovel on me? Yeah, I got a shovel on me. Now sand, as you know, doesn't exactly refine to, well, you can't put sand through a refiner, so I actually do need to dig up 353 glass, minus whatever I have on hand. Which is, actually I think I left some glass in here. If I can only find this stuff. Oh, was I storing TNT in here? Oh yeah, here we go. I knew I had more glass than that. So that's 353 minus 106. That's 200, and I'm going to round up and say 256. And you know why? Because that divides evenly into 64, and you can count it in stacks. So while that's running, I'm gonna go off and see. Yeah, there's sand. It's right nearby. I mean, yeah, it's a rainbow beach, but before I forget, I need to grab another shovel because I'll probably wear this one out. This tool breaks in 1x3 area. I'll just try that out. It'll save time. Speaking of saving time, I suppose I could use my atomic disassembler on that, but I don't want to waste the power. Where's that place again? Oh yeah, it's that way. Yeah, you can just sort of see it here. There's a couple of beaches around here, actually. Alright, so all I really need is 4 stacks of sand. Which is being picked up by my backpack right now, I'll come to think of it. So I'll periodically check my backpack. And I don't want to get too many colors of sand, that'll skew my calculations. But I suppose it's better to have too much sand than too little. Almost there. Actually, I've only got 3 stacks of 64 here. There goes that one shovel. Let's try this one out. I think I'm starting to understand how this works. It's a 1x3 area, but it's a head. As opposed to, say, side to side. So there's 3 stacks of 64. Ooh, there's even blue sandstone under the sand. That's pretty cool. $64. Yeah, that's enough digging. So I'm going to go back to base and stick the sand in my smelter. And that'll finish it for glass. And I'll run that while I'm running the iron. Huh. Where'd that one come from? And then, let me see, I'll have glass, I'll have iron. I still need 569 units of osmium, though. That, again, it's another digital miner task, and I think I'll be doing that with... I won't start with sulfuric acid there either, and I won't use silk touch. It's just a little too... It just costs a little too much power-wise. Still have uranium in here. Okay. I'll just start into smelting this, shall I? I gotta store the uranium someplace. Yeah, down here is fine. Got a pretty good supply of the stuff. I think it takes 2 stacks of uranium ingots. What the? Well, I wasn't expecting that, but I believe that no matter what you use the stained glass for, or what color it is, you can still use it in Mekanism recipes like this one, for example. So yeah, it's a bit of a complication, but at the same time, it's not too much of one. It's not like it'll stop me from making steel casings. Alright, let me put this uranium ore somewhere. Doesn't matter as long as it's out of my backpack. Another thing we needed. Yeah, any glass works too. Was, well, 604 lead. We can't get started working on that, can we? But the elite control circuits we can get started working on. It takes, wait, yeah, we need 2 elite control circuits. Let's see what I have left over. Alright, this is good. This is good. I'll use those. But then I'm going to have to make more of these circuits. You see, when I checked this out earlier, I based it off of not having anything. Like starting from none of it. I'm gonna have to be sneaky with, actually, I'm gonna have to move some stuff around in here. Make some room. I know. I just can't stand to let a good pirate ship or two go unrated. As well as the blimp. That's where all the food came from. Alright, so we enrich that. Enrich that. And whip up some of these. Yeah, it's a shame I only had 3 of those reinforced alloys left over. But whatever. And then there. Yeah, I suppose that's a start anyway. So you could argue I got a little bit impatient. I'm moving on to the osmium part, but in all fairness, it's because I've started to make the steel casings. Because I wanted to get rid of some of the glass. The multicolored glass, like those one-off colors. So let's see, this I think is 100 and, what did I say it was? 168. Move some of these over here. And that's 336. And I guess another stack of that would be 490 odd. Alright, now, 436 plus... It will be somewhere over 500. So maybe 3.5 stacks of this should be enough, at an estimate. One thing I'd like to point out is that it only takes one... Actually, I ought to round that up to 33, because I'm going to be using the purification chamber, and that only takes multiples of 3. There. 1 over. Oh well. I can't be the only one who's sick of these things. But yeah, I'll start refining the osmium, and that'll get me started making, because I actually do have iron, and quite a bit of it too from raiding those dungeons. Let me just start this back up again here. Get the rest of this out here. And yeah, so I need 18 steel casings, at least to start with. And then 72 units of lead. I think maybe I'm going about this in phases, like in the quest book, except the turbine, well, it doesn't really do that sort of thing. And I'm also going to have to put stuff together that's, well, that I'll need the infuser for. And before I start doing that, I'm going to want to finish making steel. I'll probably be a little bit over on that, but it's better to have too much of something like this than too little.